Captain Logan and Hey Jeffrey. What time is it?
It's Morphin time!
Well, it's Morphin Mania time. If it was Morphin time, we'd have like a really cool special effect that we can't do live, and we'd all be wearing costumes right now, but we're not. Yeah, you ruined it, Jeffrey. You don't get any second take. It's live. God, man. But it is pretty cool that you tried to morph with a lime. I guess we did that too when we had limes.
Yeah, I'm just stealing other people's good ideas.
Stealing our bits.
It's
yeah, getting your lines wrong too. Jeez. Well, anyway, everybody, thanks a lot for watching. Sure appreciate it. We are doing Morphin Mania. Of course, it is Morphin Mania time. We're going to tackle the 7th and 8th episodes of Power Rangers Zeo. It's Every Dog Has His Day and the Puppet Blaster. DJ, once again, another pun title, but weird how few and far between the pun titles are in this show.
Yeah, you'd think that would be a lot more prevalent, but it just seems out of place when it does show up.
Yeah, it's really weird. We want to welcome Jeffrey back to the show, even though I'm lambasting him for no reason. Jeffrey is going to do his lime thing and show us all how that's done. We'll do that during the episode. I'm sure we'll have time. And if you are watching right along with us as we're watching live, no less, make sure to click the link in the description. That'll take you to the Rabbit Room and allow you to see exactly what we're seeing as we're seeing it, so you don't have to sync it up. If you're watching after the fact, you do have to sync. You'll want to pull out your DVDs, your Blu-rays, whatever this is on, or your Netflix. Get it at timestamp 0 and get ready to press play. You're watching episode 7 of Power Rangers Zeo, and we're gonna get right into it. Here, everybody, please press play right now. Okay, so how does it work, Jeffrey? How do you do the lime thing?
Very carefully. So I personally like to bite off both ends of the lime. You can eat it, but some people don't like to because it's a little bitter. And then, you know, maybe just kind of give it a test run with your teeth just to be prepared, like just around, and just kind of try to go for at least half of the lime at first, if you can. So as you can see, I'm going to.
So this tutorial is being scored by the Power Rangers Zeo theme. Wow, look at that.
Man, he just took half of it down.
Look at how much of that is gone.
Wow, we're chumps.
We are. Jeez.
How does it not spray everywhere?
Yeah, how do you not spray it everywhere? That's amazing.
You dry your
You have to immediately start, like, drinking the liquid.
And they're riding the obligatory motorcycles that they'll only have for, like, this episode and maybe one more.
Yeah, every season's got them.
I think I had at least one of these motorcycles, if not all of them.
These ones are weird, though, because they have no theme to them. They're just, like, Ranger themed.
Well, that's the thing about Zeo, is that it stands out as the one season that doesn't really have a theme. Like, with the outfits, as we keep talking about, it has kind of an Egyptian theme, but that never seeps into the show itself, like ninjas or animals or whatever, you know, the season's about, dinosaurs. I guess the closest thing you come after this is Megaforce, where it's clearly supposed to be a pirate theme, but they never talk about the pirate thing. But at least the Egyptian influence is more subtle than, this is a pirate show. I like how Ernie has one of those big giant sub sandwiches on the wall. Like, that's what he's known for. The sandwich that you bite in the middle.
And it's gone.
Why are they wearing scarves?
He's already eaten the whole lime. It's gone. Wow. Guys, he did that in under 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
And that's why he's Jeffrey.
It's amazing.
There's a where I just moved, Jeffrey, there's a new Mexican restaurant called the Patron.
That's awesome.
And I'm gonna go check it out, maybe. It's Patron, like it's patron, but in Spanish.
El Patron. Yeah, which was the nickname for Pablo Escobar. No, El Padrino.
Thomas says, why? Because lime. So that's good.
Yes.
Lucas Green says, please don't tell me that dog is going to be a monster, because that's what Rita would do.
No,
Zed was the one
they're
who
going to turn it into a cat first. Sorry.
They're going to make the dog a cat, and then it's going to work for the villain, and then later it's going to be a ranger, but have nothing to do with dogs or cats.
Why are they wearing scarves this episode?
It's just really cold outside, DJ, even though it's clearly not cold outside.
It's just Bulk and Skull, though. It's like they added it to their uniforms.
It's weird. Earlier, Stone was talking about his other recruits, which, yes, we saw them, but he never deals with them. The only people he ever hangs out with are Bulk and Skull. And I don't know why we immediately just made him as pathetic as humanly possible.
I have no idea. They need a straight man. They can't have 3 idiots.
We also haven't started doing the private detective thing yet, so that must be a development in the middle of the season somewhere. Because I'm pretty sure that's in Zeo, and it's not until Turbo.
What if it's all in Turbo, and we're remembering that wrong?
I'm almost positive it's in Zeo, because the last time I remember seeing it was recently watching a Zeo episode.
Wait, but there's still cops in the Turbo movie, so
maybe they went back to it. Maybe they tried to be private detectives for a while, and then they went back. You know, it was like their lowest point, you know, and they got back to status quo.
They lost all their faith in the law and had to work on their own for a while, and then they regained it halfway through. Why are they watching the dog?
Jeffrey, Cinematographic earlier specifically said hello to you.
I actually responded to that, sort of. I've been trying to keep up with the comments, but
I don't expect that anybody else ever looks at the comments but me.
Yeah, I don't even.
Every now and then I peep in, but then I'm just like, do I really want to interrupt what he's saying to be like, "Hey, Cinematographic, I am Jeffrey. Look at me."
It's a mania, whatever, dude. It's fine.
I'm not crazy. Too early?
You know, the fact that Bulk and Skull are... no, it's cool. But you might want to work your way up to it, because I don't know where you go from there.
I run, get another shirt, rip that off.
Bulk and Skull driving around in their motorcycles, in their motorcycle, makes them feel, DJ, like they're like a sixth of the way to being Power Rangers right now. Like,
yeah, they're almost there. Because
we're introducing cycles this episode, and they're also driving around in theirs, and they'll drive it more than the Rangers will drive theirs. The Rangers can teleport, so I don't really know why they need motorcycles. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, what do they do in this? I guess they make sense in like a Turbo season. Whoa, now we're in like Homeward Bound all of a sudden. What's going on?
Cat looks good in a turtleneck. That suits her.
That's my favorite thing about Morphin Mania, by the way, is Cap just like commenting on the girls' fashion at some point.
I do that a lot, yeah. I comment on everybody's fashion. It's not just the girls.
Kimberly looks good in hats.
Okay, she does, though. She looks good in a turtleneck. What's wrong with saying that?
Wait, would you rather play a cog or a putty? Would you rather go or like this?
I mean, it's 6-1 and a half dozen the other, is it not? Lucas says, you don't have to help find the animal. The script just tells you to. Now I'm going to be so conscious of this. I'm just going to be like, okay, should I bring up fashion?
No, I said it's my favorite thing. You can't leave it out now. That is
the necklace is a little much.
I was just about to say that's a pretty audacious necklace.
Lucas says, Cat wearing less pink is an improvement. Do you like these cycles?
I haven't really got a good look at them. They're better
just kind of generic. They're kind of generic.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They don't have like a theme. They're just like extensions of their suits.
Well, I'm sorry, what was that, Jeffrey?
I didn't say anything.
I totally thought you said. I guess
that's only the hallucinations.
I was saying earlier, yeah, Cap's been drinking too much Surge. This makes you think Jeffrey is talking.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I thought that was exclusively at Burger King. How'd you get a can of it?
It's not exclusively, but it's exclusively in their fountains.
Oh, okay.
That's the only place you can get one with a hamburger.
No, she hurt her leg. She needs Larago to come in and help her leg.
There we go. There we go.
We'll
yeah,
actually
when
your
we get to
joke in
Turbo, I may sing that song again.
This is exactly what happens to Turbo. She hurts her shin.
That's true. We're just going back and ripping off episodes we made like months ago. I was gonna say something about with the motorcycles. I was talking about how it makes sense that they don't have a theme because this team, the theme is a crystal we made up. However, Mighty Morphin had motorcycles that were not based on dinosaurs. Those were shark cycles, which has nothing to do with anything. So they absolutely could have been something, right? And I know what DJ's thinking. DJ's thinking, well, they should have been preschool cycles. They should have been like, they should have just had numbers all over them. But only 1 through 5.
No, they should have like mobiles on the back that like spin around.
That's awesome. Or they're just driving the number they are. So like Zeo Ranger 1's driving a giant number 1. Or a square cycle. And a triangle cycle. That could have been cool.
That would be funny. Yeah, like what it is they have the number that they have is how many wheels they drive. So Rocky drives a tricycle, and then Adam drives a 4-wheeler, and then we got to make up some 5-wheeled thing for Rocky.
That's really funny, but now it's like we're doing Turbo before we get to Turbo, where like he has a car.
Well, a cat would be a unicycle, so that would be foot powered.
That's
cool.
Awesome. Cat's on a unicycle. She spends a whole episode learning her balance.
This robot has like a robot on its head controlling it, like Ratatouille style. Did you see that?
Oh, that's weird. Okay, I don't know if you heard that voice, but that was totally Rito, but not Rito.
Yo, what's up with Rito and Goldar? We haven't seen them in forever. They're still... Because Bulk and Skull are out and about. So
yeah.
Are they just in their garage living?
They've probably been cleaning one item this entire time.
Also, we didn't talk about it, but Goldar just lost his wings with no explanation.
Oh my God, you're right.
He just loses them this season.
He didn't listen to Mr. Mister.
It must have been the explosion.
Yeah, he didn't make it out with his wings.
He didn't make it out with his wings intact. 5590 ARS. Cap, when do you feel Zeo starts to pick up? I guess we'll see. I think it's when the Gold Ranger shows up. But I may be mistaken. I'm not sure. How long do we have to wait? A while. A long while. A really long while.
If you would have talked to Captain Logan a week ago, he would have told you at the beginning, and it starts out great.
I don't know if I would have said that, but I would have been wrong. Lucas says, Mondo doesn't have a Goldar character. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be the Scottish guy.
But he's like the Finster, kind of.
Yeah, that's true. He is more the Finster. I guess the closest he has then is Sprocket, and then the older prince later is going to be more like a Goldar.
Yeah, Prince Sprocket is kind of the closest thing to a number 1, except he's really useless. Is he supposed to be like a genius kid or something later?
I don't know.
Remain useless.
He tries to have his own backstabbing plot. I don't remember if they try to play him as a genius or not, but okay. Hey Jeffrey, have you ever ridden a motorcycle?
No. But I have been run over by a bicycle before.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it.
Sorry to bring up the tragic past.
Yeah, it seems like everything I bring up, Jeffrey just turns into a traumatic backstory.
Manville, where I grew up, has a few not great people, and
Manville,
kind of like, huh? Manville, New Jersey.
That's like such a macho-sounding place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like Lady Town. Like,
get your biscuits at Lady Town and then head right over to Manville for the gun convention.
Is that tomato sauce?
I was just about to say that lava, ladies and gentlemen, not lava.
That lava, that's your Nana's Sunday gravy. You eat it up, boy.
Can you just do the rest of the episode?
Take the second exit from Manville. On the right. On the right.
Not Southern, but it would lead you to believe it was Southern by some of the weird things that happens there. No, there's this
they lure truckers there via CB radio.
There's a whole thing in the town where there all these bridges, and trucks come through the town. They can't go under the bridge. They don't care. They'll just go under the bridge and just wreck it.
The Zionizer. Sorry.
But that was... But there is a Manville connection, sort of, with Kat, actually.
Really?
Yeah, she actually married someone from there.
Oh, interesting.
That was friends with my dad.
Okay, for a minute I was wondering why we were shooting that from that angle because I keep complaining about the underneath angle, but they did that because the Sentai footage with her in costume was that way, so we shot the cat footage to match it.
Okay.
Which was maybe an okay idea.
Hey, can you hold down the fort? I have to run real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, see you later, DJ. Thanks for being here, buddy. Bye. All right, Jeffrey, it's just you and me.
You know, when my throat gets parched, I go for a nice clean glass of water.
And when that doesn't work, it's time for a big lozenge.
Yep. No, but I know you go to, or at least...
That's a fire hydrant monster.
The weird, like, shovel...
Oh, with a jackhammer.
Drill bit?
Yeah. He's got a jackhammer, and then he's got like a caution petition on his shoulder.
I will never surrender, Cap!
Oh, okay. There's actually a special effect to go along with that. When she said fire cloud, I kind of thought she was just going to kick him.
I mean, there's always a possibility.
She's got some pretty cool special moves.
The tiny... I just can't get my brain around all of the tiny robots in the robots.
Yes.
Are they the robots or are they just in the robots?
It's really an existential question. Do you notice, Jeffrey, how she did all those cool special moves and she didn't even have to press the start button to bring up the menu to see how to do them? She just knew how to do them already. See how he got knocked over without anything connecting?
Yeah, that's the secret they don't teach you in Kung Fu. Okay, it's not about the punches
kick
you connect. It's about the punches you don't connect. Also, Kung Fu is actually all about punching. I did not make that up.
Is that right? That it's more about punching than anything?
No. I don't think there's any punch. I don't really think there's that. I'm not saying there's none, but
this is the thing I'm not expert in. So I'm gonna sound gullible, so that I don't sound like I'm pretending like I know things.
I had a friend, I believe it was Kung Fu, who became a black belt, and then all he would talk about is like, here's what would happen if someone stabbed me. Okay, so they're gonna stab me, okay, because I can't counter that, but I'll take the knife out. And then I'm going to stab that. And he had this whole detailed plan, and he was just like, I have to register my hands as weapons because I'm so...
Now we're in the battle helmets again.
He's the type of person that would probably have a battle helmet. You know, I feel like we all could use a battle helmet.
That's true. Well, you know, it's indicative of, like, it represents the different resources you wish you had at your disposal at different times.
Oh my goodness, they cut out the little guy.
They were cutting out the middleman, it seemed.
Oh. I was just starting to like
that. Or maybe the helmets like represent like confidence, you know, where like in different situations, like you wish you could more easily tap into different aspects of your personality than you usually can. And so like right now I need a sword, you know. And another time I need a missile launcher.
I need a helmet that will launch swords from it.
Yeah, from the helmet.
Okay, and that's how we take out the Power Ranger. So we're gonna have a spinny. See, look, he has this pink edge around his face.
Okay, I think they did that to be like a lighting thing because there's a little bit of pink in the lighting around him. I think that's why he's got pink in his head. They're trying to make it match. That's why. Do you agree, DJ?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I knew you would. No, you know how Jeffrey was talking about how Zordon's got a little bit of pink in his face? I think it's because there's some pink in the lighting around him and they're trying to make it match.
Okay.
I think that's why.
He does look different. They definitely shot some newer footage.
They did not shoot newer footage of his head. That never happened.
He doesn't look anything like the old Zordon. He's got like a round, pudgy head.
It's pretty easy when you're distorting footage like that to like change the shape and size of it. But yeah, they never brought Fielding back, and that's still Fielding's head.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, he made a big deal out of that when I talked to him, where he was like, I was there for 1 day. They used my face for 4 years. Or like 6 years.
That is.
Lucas says, oh, please, the dog did nothing. Nah, the dog brought her a Zeonizer. That was a Lassie-type dog. That's a really smart dog. Oh, hilarious. Yeah, maybe the dog will be the police. See, that's that face we stopped on with Stone. You know, there's making a cheesy show, and then there's being too keenly aware of the fact that you're making a cheesy show. Do you ever feel, DJ, watching Power Rangers, especially later Power Rangers, that people are trained to be cornier than they normally would be?
Yeah, I think there's definitely a sense of humor that you have to get into once you start the show, even with the new stuff.
I have that a lot where I'm like, there is a universal house style for cheese going on in Power Rangers. Cinematographic said that I was reloading my neck. Yeah, I sat in one place for too long.
Hey, Cal.
All right, Puppet Blaster. That's the next episode. We're going to watch it.
Have you ever, when you're watching Power Rangers, felt nothing? Just the hollow shell of your personality just whittling away?
No, because it works really, when you're not into it, it works really well as background noise. Like, I tend to just do something else, you know? Like, if that were to ever happen, I don't, I will say, I do sometimes worry about that with children. But for me personally, like, when I'm watching Power Rangers and I feel like a raving ding dong. No, when I'm watching Power Rangers and I kind of lose interest, I tend to forget I'm watching Power Rangers and start reading something or looking at things on my phone. Like,
so if I start to zone out, I can just grab a book and...
yeah, we'll trust that you're not just ignoring us. But at least when DJ does it, he's reading about Power Rangers.
Well, yeah, that's not a good example.
So here's my textbook. Jeffrey's just reading Mr. Miracle now. Jeffrey, thanks for being here, buddy. I don't know why you're here, but thanks for being here.
Neither do I.
It's not what I meant. It's just he seems like he'd rather be doing anything but watching Power Rangers right now.
There's nowhere I'd rather be.
Jeffrey really likes his house. Okay, is everybody ready? Here we go. Everybody, please press play. We're watching episode 8 of Zeo. It's the Puppet Blaster. Here we go.
Puppet Blaster.
Puppet Blaster. Everybody, please press play right now.
It does sound like a Lego Batman villain.
Bum, 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 bum.
Would you hand inside the Puppet Blaster head?
It just rolls off the tongue. Yeah, like the obvious place to go is a Metallica place, but
but I went straight for TMBG.
EG, yeah, yep.
I don't know why I've had that before. Where I'll just go like,
Lucas cannot deal with how pointless that dog was. Like, he's still talking about it.
So what do you feel? How do you feel about we haven't talked about their like weapons. They go into like black lightning mode and they do like their weapon attacks.
Yeah. I think it looks cool.
So we were going to do a video at one point about our top 10 characters we wanted to put into the mobile phone game, the Legacy Wars
We
game.
still should do that. I want to make that video, yeah.
And well, spoiler for that video, Adam, the Green Ranger, was one of my picks for that.
Oh, you remember Puppet Man? I remember this vividly.
Oh my goodness.
Because it's horrifying.
No, if I had seen this, I would have remembered this. It's terrifying.
I don't know Isaac Florentine right off. Maybe he's probably directed the last 8 episodes. I just haven't noticed it. Sorry, go ahead.
Wow, he's got like a PS4 controller on his chest.
Yes. Which is amazing.
Yeah.
This predates the PS4 by like 20 years.
But no, Adam is always like one of my favorite characters, but we'll never get him as the Black Ranger in that game because we already have Zach. So the only way I could get him in there was to use the Green Ranger from this show.
Oh.
I think it'd be good. He does some cool attacks with his like double axes and stuff. I think he can have some cool moves.
You know who I don't want in the phone game? This monster. Whatever this is.
They haven't done any monsters, just like plain monsters, have they?
I think the puppet guy, with the controller, I think it's supposed to be like a bow tie that's also a controller.
Mm-hmm. This guy's just as creepy as the puppet. Is this supposed to be like a Mr. Rogers type thing?
Not Mr. Rogers, but other really like lowbrow children's entertainment. Yeah, I think it's more of like a Pee Wee Herman type thing.
Mm. Well, I didn't know that Mr. Rogers started out as more of like before he got like his set in his show, because I didn't know much about him until I watched the documentary.
Yeah. No, he was the antithesis to all of that, like least common denominator, kind of anti-intellectual children's television, and a major countercultural figure. Anyway, I could talk about Rogers all day long, but yeah.
Yeah, I still need to buy that. I haven't bought that Blu-ray yet.
It was my second favorite movie last year. It's wonderful. I think I've seen it 4 times. Amusingly, I've bought it, and I don't think I've watched it since I bought it, but I think I watched it 4 times before I bought it.
Oh, wow.
It made me cry.
Me as well.
I teared up at the end. Yes, I did.
It made my whole theater
It wasn't
cry.
even the ending. That's a weird thing.
Yeah, sure.
It was the beginning, the credits. They got to.
You know, the end is the beginning, is the end.
There was a specific part kind of like not between the end and the middle, but very much not the end.
Thanks for being.
I'm trying to remember it while also watching this, which is.
Yeah, this is actually an interesting scene. It's kind of reminiscent of the early scenes in the first season.
I thought you were going to say the Karate Kid, but yeah.
No, I was thinking of Sidekicks with
really nice scenery here. But every time they do that thing in the Zio soundtrack where they're like, it's always like they're trying to act like some big mystery, and there's just not. Tanya development. Not character development for Tanya, just Tanya development.
Wait, speaking of developments, you know the truck that's always there? We just had a video of someone pulling in behind that truck.
Oh my god. Wow. The plot thickens.
So that truck must always be there if they know that they can park behind it.
Okay, everybody listen and see if this kid gets to use his own voice. Since that time we changed that baby's diaper. Remember that whole thing?
Maybe he just won't speak.
Wait.
No, he just did. And I think he is using his own voice.
It's hard. It's hard to tell. He's got a heck of a mullet, though.
Whatever voice he has, he should have a different one.
Acting.
Cinematographic want to know what ending of what movie we were talking about. We were talking about the Fred Rogers biopic, or not biopic, documentary.
Biopic later on.
That's actually going to happen next year. But yeah.
Cinematographic. Won't you be my neighbor? Is the name of the film we were talking about.
Next time Jeffrey will come wearing his sweater vest, and he'll sit down and take off and untie his shoes and take his shoes off.
We should all do that as one of these episodes.
We should. That'd be great.
We should do theme shows.
We're not the show that has nothing to do with the show?
Yeah.
We'll do like a Clue episode. My Ranger.
Please won't you be my Zeo Ranger? 5.
Green something. I don't know color.
Why is he just rolling with this instead of getting the kids out of there?
It's children's entertainment. Like, we gotta get that big bucks.
Yeah. Well, he's clearly a horrible human being. He cares more about his show and his ratings. Is this being televised? What is this right now?
The Rangers are pulling like a Man of Steel right now, where they're caring more about their secret identities than these children that are about to get beat.
I blame Zordon. I blame Zordon for that.
It's only on closed circuit television.
But no, they should be running off and getting, morphing. That's what they should be doing.
I don't know why they're just standing there.
Okay, that's interesting. So that means that Mondo is not going out of his way to not tell people that they're the Power Rangers. So why? Because one of the cogs just calls them out and says Power Rangers like right at them. So if I were Mondo, and I've had this thought about every Power Rangers villain ever, one of my big plots would be out them.
Yeah, but you see, Cap, there are rules.
Why?
Some kid wrote in crayon.
Oh, all right. Was that kid Zordon? And the villains just fall over. Oh, by the way, I should have mentioned this while we were looking at it earlier. Have you guys noticed that Mondo and Zordon both have the same like viewing porthole? Like instead of a viewing globe, they have that porthole looking thing. But Mondo also has one. It looks almost exactly the same. It's really funny.
I'm afraid, Cap, that kid was you.
Oh my god! I hope not.
Wow, the kid that Bulk and Skull are watching looks like
that kid.
Gosh,
that kid was also you.
No, but I can do that, kid. That's amazing. Right into the popcorn.
Here's my headshot.
Have you not been watching the viewing porthole?
What was Billy doing?
So Zordon, he was going to the bathroom. So Zordon, I was just curious, in a situation like this, should we just let all the kids get hurt by the cogs? Should we maybe do something about that?
Yeah, why are they not morphing? What are they doing?
They seem like they're having fun, but I don't know. They might just start killing some kids, but it seems fine. I think we're good. We're gonna just stay here.
I like how the guy cool. That was developing into some sort of an accent as it went along. I like how the guy running the show had this look on his face like he was vaguely concerned that the cogs would do something. Does that ever work, though,
Oh,
Ernie?
my goodness, Ernie. Thank you for showing up.
I love that Ernie, he just immediately shouts for the Power Rangers just because kids are going crazy. He's like, help, Power Rangers.
Power Rangers. Yeah, it's about time. It's about morphin time.
Where are the Power Range line? That was it? Oh.
Can you believe this is happening? See, I love Ernie's bad acting. That I never get tired of.
So, in the last episode, we saw a glimpse of Kat and her wrist, and she still has the old communicator on. So that means
they all have the old communicator.
So they have to wear those communicators, and then take them off and put on the morphers on each side.
I think it either transforms into it or it goes on over it, or I don't know how it works.
Oh, now they're zombies.
They're trying not to lose all their branding.
Hail Lord Zed.
Or Hail Lord Zed. Or
branding.
They're trying not to lose all their branding, and they're trying not to have to make new props if they can help it.
But like, I don't know why it took us so long to be like, hey, the morpher and the communicator can be the same thing.
Again, I blame Zordon, because the fact that he needed Billy to come up with, maybe we should have a thing that we can communicate with each other with. What do you think of that?
But then we'll get to space, which is an old Ranger team that has already been a team, and then we're just getting new people, and the communicator and the morpher was already a thing.
Yeah. You know why? Because they use like Sentai footage, and they just made the thing that it already was. And at that point, we had a lot of morphers that went really. They should have started it here. You're right, but in Mighty Morphin, they had these like bulkier like square things that they did this with, and
no, they should have been talking into their belt buckles.
Yeah,
DJ, how short would Umbrella Academy have been if they didn't attack the children?
Well, there'd be a lot more people alive.
Hey, I haven't seen that show yet, so don't talk about that.
I'm being vague.
You're saying anything. Stop it. Someone watch that show.
You should. It's great. I wanted you to get a chance to watch it before the hype because I knew it was going to get really popular.
No, I'm still going to watch it.
It's the #1 show on IMDb right now. It passed Game of Thrones. It was crazy.
That is nuts. Lucas, did Alfred just say the Rangers stand no match against children?
#1 in popularity. Before you guys jump at me, I'm just saying the IMDb has like a popular thing.
What are you doing, Jeffrey? Oh, cool.
Promoting.
Yeah. Yep. I have the first series in singles, but I haven't read it yet. Which is the reason I haven't watched the show yet, because I want to read that first.
Good idea.
Hey, Jeffrey, if you want to show something on the screen so that everybody can see you have to like say something. So there you go.
Look at me.
Switch to your camera.
Look at me. Oh, Mamma Mia, I'm having me a picnic.
Okay, never mind. I'll do it manually. I'm just kidding. Look at me.
These kids are really possessed.
Look at me. So I'm a little bit lost on what the conflict is exactly right now.
They're just turning kids into brats everywhere.
I guess that is a problem. Okay. I guess we can't have that. Jeffrey, do you feel like the world is that much different? Without this problem, without this monster doing this to these children? Like,
I mean, I'm actually fairly good with children. It's about, this is a horrible metaphor, but it's almost like diffusing a bomb before it goes off with kids. They're just little things that you can do that it seems like it's nothing, but you're just setting them up to just explode. And some kids, they're destined, not destined, but they're just waiting for a reason to be like, yeah. But most of the time you can kind of subvert that and just either direct that energy into something else, or just kind of bring them down from just acting up.
All I'm saying is, you've been to a grocery store or a Chuck E. Cheese before where it looked like this, and the children weren't mind controlled. That's all I'm saying.
I know, but it's just.
All right,
like, just by making them laugh, you can almost just like do something silly and just like outlandish.
Sure.
And they'll just take, like, even from the side, take them out, like even just a step back, and then most of the time they'll just be like, oh hey, or maybe I shouldn't be freaking out right now.
Is this the first time we've used the warrior wheel?
Yeah, we just popped it out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Ah man, I feel bad now. We're talking over the warrior wheel.
No, Jeffrey. Yeah, Jeffrey, you really need to stop trying to add substance to this show.
Yeah,
This is
not
no substance show.
dude. God, this is mindless nonsense.
Stupid
Don't
stuff.
you understand? It's mindless nonsense.
Mine.
No, Jeffrey, everything
what?
you're talking about requires adults to treat children like people, and we know most of them are not going to do that. What I'm saying is I tend to blame the parents. And
me too.
I was making a commentary about how the world looks too much like this without mind control.
No, I agree.
It's a good, if you want to watch a really good documentary that came out last year about the whole nature versus nurture thing, check out 3 Identical Strangers, which is really good.
Is that going to make me want to slit my wrists?
No, I hope not.
Okay.
It is odd how that happened, that situation.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite movies from last year. Last year I had 2 documentaries. I did not enjoy the movies from last year.
You didn't think this subject would come up on Morphin Mania. We are watching a giant, horrifying puppet monster, though. So,
how do we defeat Puppet Man
after he was turned into a monster?
I'm sorry. What did you say, Jeffrey?
How do we defeat Puppet Man? First, we must find his head. Second, we must put our hand inside of the Puppet Man's head. Third, we take over the world.
Put your hand inside the puppet head.
I got no strings on me.
Oh, Jeffrey, I think the number 4 though is put on a helmet on your own head that shoots like
oh yeah,
energy out of it. You know,
what was I thinking?
Yeah, I think that's the real way to beat the Puppet Man, or just kick him. Just kick him a bunch of times.
Kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it.
I think you have to do something with a sword and make a circle motion, and then he'll just explode.
Is that all they got to do?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. Lucas says, did they even mention the warrior wheel? They just pulled it out of nowhere. No, they didn't. They did not mention it, as far as I noticed. But we were also having a very deep conversation about how adults treat children in our modern age. So,
I had a odd childhood, let's say. So I'm very particular on how kids get treated.
oh yeah, absolutely. Which he said with a straight face. Amazing. He's got a direct link through his nose. So go to that.
Yeah, like they went all the way and gave him a Pinocchio nose.
I love David Yost so much because the performance he gives, especially in this season, he could be in like any show delivering any exposition. It's fantastic.
Yeah, he could be in like a procedural, like a NCIS or something.
Yeah, or he could be like the guy giving any superhero the information in a command center type place in a CW show.
He should be the guy in the chair.
He's the guy in the chair. Yeah.
He should have a chair.
He should be in more things.
Wow, those are big bowling pins.
Giant bowling pins. Hey, Jeffrey, can you juggle giant bowling pins?
I can juggle, but I don't know if I've never juggled giant bowling pins. Got nothing. I'll juggle pop figures.
Okay, that's good. You juggle better than I do. Hey, Jeffrey, a simple no would have sufficed, man. Like,
it's hard because they're Marvel, so they're all bobbleheads.
oh, that's hilarious. Gonna get
Well,
them
you
all.
see, Cap, video is a visual medium. Not sure if you knew that.
Is that a slam on Geekvolution's content?
And I'm back.
No. I save my good slams for in person.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll save them for for your next visit, all the way from New Jersey.
In a few weeks.
Are you going
Actually,
back?
technically less than a week.
Oh yeah, it's actually coming up, isn't it?
By the time this comes out, my first episode will have already come out, and this will be in the past when this comes out. When I visit.
That's true, but that would be true if you came tomorrow because of time.
Future past time thing.
Yeah, this won't be out for a while.
Yeah.
No, the first one that I was on comes out the Tuesday after I'm visiting.
Okay.
That's what he's
which is. But then this will come out way after.
No one is interested in what we're talking about right now.
Where am I and where are my pants?
That one was a little better than some of the other ones that we watched.
That's fine. Oh, they're riding horses.
They're riding horses in the next one. Okay, so tomorrow, folks, Invasion of the Ranger Snatchers and Graduation Blues. Nobody get excited. I don't think the Rangers themselves are actually graduating finally after 6 years in high school. I'm pretty sure that doesn't happen.
Nope.
If you are watching live, stick around. We're going to do one more show for you, and we're going to tackle those episodes. And if you're watching after the fact, thanks so much for clicking on this video, and we will see you again tomorrow. I am Captain Logan. This was my regular co-host, DJ, and special line-eating guest, Jeffrey Patron.
Puppet Man.
Did you change hats?
I thought he was going to keep going. I thought he had more.
Represent.
He just goes Puppet Man, and I was expecting I don't know what I was expecting, but tell your friends something. Represent. Once again, thanks a lot for watching, folks. We will see you again next time. I am Captain Logan saying goodbye, farewell, and more Power Rangers tomorrow.